Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-king, stood at the helm of the Roman Empire during one of its most tumultuous periods. Yet amidst wars, plagues, and betrayals, he remained steadfast, embodying the principles of Stoicism, with unwavering discipline. He was a ruler, but more importantly, he was a man of reason, self-control, and wisdom. To many he was not just an emperor, he was a man who sought to solve the universe, not through conquest, but through understanding, virtue, and acceptance of nature's order. From an early age Marcus Aurelius was trained in philosophy, and his education instilled in him a profound sense of duty. Unlike many rulers intoxicated by power, he saw his position as a responsibility, not a privilege. He governed not for personal gain, but for the good of his people. Despite being surrounded by wealth, he lived modestly, rejecting excess and indulgence. He understood that material possessions held no real value in the grand scheme of life. The only true wealth was the mastery of one's own mind. He faced war on multiple fronts, with Rome's enemies constantly threatening its borders. Yet instead of being consumed by hatred or fear, he approached warfare with a rational mind. He did not relish battle, nor did he seek unnecessary conflict. He believed that the best way to conquer was through wisdom and strategy, rather than brute force. Even in victory he remained humble, knowing that triumph was fleeting and that pride could blind a man to the ever-changing tides of fortune. Marcus Aurelius was no stranger to suffering. His reign was marked by the Antonine Plague, a devastating pandemic that wiped out millions. He did not panic, nor did he seek to escape his responsibilities. Instead, he remained in Rome, working tirelessly to manage the crisis, ensuring that aid reached those in need. He understood that suffering was an inevitable part of life, and that one's true character was revealed not in times of comfort, but in moments of hardship. In his private moments, he turned to his journal, recording his thoughts and reflections. These writings, now known as meditations, were never meant for the public. They were reminders to himself, to stay humble, to remain virtuous, and to accept the things he could not change. He constantly reminded himself that all things, including his own life, were temporary. He saw death, not as something to be feared, but as a natural conclusion to existence. He urged himself to live each day as if it were his last, to act with integrity, and to leave behind a legacy of wisdom rather than wealth. He believed in the interconnectedness of all things, that the universe operated according to reason, and that a man's duty was to align himself with this natural order. He did not waste time lamenting the injustices of the world, nor did he allow external circumstances to disturb his inner peace. He knew that the only thing he could control was himself, his thoughts, his actions, his responses. Everything else was beyond his power and therefore not worth worrying about. Despite being the most powerful man in the world, he carried himself with humility. He did not see himself as above others but as an equal, subject to the same laws of nature. He treated his subjects with fairness, listened to their concerns, and sought to rule with wisdom rather than fear. He believed that a true leader was not one who demanded obedience, but one who inspired others to follow through his own example. Marcus Aurelius's life was a testament to the power of Stoicism. He did not seek to escape reality, but to understand it, to embrace it, and to live in harmony with it. He did not view obstacles as burdens, but as opportunities to grow. He did not measure success by wealth or power, but by the strength of his character and the peace of his mind. To this day his teachings continue to inspire those who seek to live with wisdom and virtue. He may have been an emperor, but his true greatness lay not in his rule over Rome, but in his mastery over himself. He did not solve the universe by changing it, he solved it by understanding it, by accepting its nature, and by living in accordance with its laws. This is why, centuries later, he is still remembered not just as a ruler, but as a philosopher, a thinker, and a man who truly understood what it meant to live a meaningful life.